The representative of Hamilton has the floor.
How's it going, everybody? Today is my girlfriend's birthday. She's turning 24 years old. She's an old fuck.
You're older than me.
She's an old fuck. Anyway, unfortunately, I did not get my girlfriend a gift. Instead, I got her something even better. I showed her the Switch 2 trailer. The Switch 2 was just revealed today, which is crazy. It came out of nowhere. There's been a lot of leaks recently from what I've heard, but like there's no confirming whether or not they were real or not. I expected there to be a lot more fanfare around the Switch 2 reveal, but no, it was just there. I just woke up and it was there. There it is.
I'm surprised it wasn't in a Nintendo Direct.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, but I feel like they did this early. Like this is earlier than they wanted to because of the leaks. This one?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that looks fucking ugly. I know, this is the one like I saw the most of. I'm so glad it doesn't look like that. Like what the fuck is this fucking blank space at the bottom here? Who the fuck made this?
Or is that one there?
This one looks good. This one looks pretty similar. This actually, when was this done? December 2024. This kind of looks like it.
Like it would be cool to see like what the color variants are.
Yeah, if they have more. I definitely want the black one. Let's take a look at the trailer first. They really leave it lingering there for a while.
I'm gonna miss the click.
I will miss the click. I hope it still makes the clicking noise. So it's shedding some skin. Looks like it's gonna be a little bit thinner. Is that the top or the bottom?
That's the top.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's got 2 USB-C ports.
It's got 2 USB-C ports. Or maybe does it magnetically charge on the bottom? Like maybe it doesn't even have a port. Now let's go back. Oh, there's the bottom.
Yeah, that's
It
USB-C.
does. It's got it on both sides.
Yeah.
I'm always welcome for more
if you have,
ports.
like a more modern headset or like microphone or something.
Also to charge a controller while you're playing. Maybe you want to play with a wired controller. There's a lot of things that you could use with that second USB-C.
And they'll probably have like attachments too. Probably
Yeah. Like you could put some, maybe like a face camera or something you put on top for some
you could buy
games.
a second screen. And it'll be like a DS.
Yeah.
And the buttons are a little bit smoother.
Oh, I love the new stand. A stand you can actually use.
Without feeling like it's gonna break.
Yeah, I never used the old stand. It was awful. I like the bigger Joy-Cons. That was a major complaint from people. And that this sticks out more. That's pretty cool. Here, let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, stop it right here. So the shoulder buttons, they stick out a little bit more, which is nice. They're still quite flush with the top, so they're still gonna be kind of hard to press, but it is better. We've got this little port right here, which might be a hint towards the mouse, if that's like the laser sensor you got on the bottom of mice. I feel like that's gonna be it right there. This little thing. Yeah?
I don't think it's gonna be a mouse. Maybe there's like a way you could make it a mouse.
We have these here. Maybe this stuff here helps it lock in. It looks magnetic. Maybe there's a lock-in mechanism instead. I don't know. I like the direction that they're taking it. And, ooh, look at this down here. That's a new button. Right there. That looks new. Yeah. It's like sideways. So you can like press it while you're holding the Joy-Con sideways like a controller.
I think it's the same.
I don't think so. It sticks out at the bottom. Like that. So I found an extra video on Reddit about what that extra button does. And... I love how it's curved like that. It's going to make it a lot easier to press, but it might also trigger more accidental presses. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see, but I'm sure they engineered this. They also look way skinnier. Like a lot skinnier.
I wonder if they fix the drift on it.
That's the biggest thing, definitely.
That's what everybody was like, especially people who got like day one Switches.
Honestly, they have no incentive to fix it because it just makes people buy more Joy-Cons, which is more money for Nintendo. A lot of people have been complaining about it. I'm sure they got sued for it as well at some point. So I really hope that they did a good consumer practice and got rid of that Joy-Con drift. They put a lot of effort into researching how to not have that happen, but I kind of doubt it.
Whoever did the animation for this is like killing it right now.
Oh yeah. Joy-Con drift is caused by dust and particles and shit getting into the stick.
Yeah.
So those dust particles and stuff can interfere with the sensors. And
Yeah.
that's how Joy-Con drift is caused. So when they do the little spin right here, let me go back. See that little spin? Like, look, you can still get dust and particles and shit into that area. Like, I feel like the problem still hasn't been solved, but we'll just have to wait and see. The Nintendo Switch is my favorite video game console of all time. I think it was genius to have this portable console and then put it into the TV, play it on a big screen as well. But the biggest thing that takes away from that is the Joy-Con drift and how the controllers only last like a year or two before they go on the fritz.
I do have to admit though, the newer controllers for the original Nintendo Switch, I bought those purple and yellow ones.
Right.
They've been fine.
Right.
I've had them for like 3 years now, and I've never had it drift.
Yeah, it does seem like the newer Switches and the newer Joy-Cons don't drift as much as the older ones. Like, if you got the original Switch in 2017, 2018, your Joy-Cons from that probably don't work anymore. People don't remember this, but there was a lot of day one problems with the Switch. Like, shit not loading, crashes. Yeah, The Legend of Zelda was having some problems. It was a really glitchy start. Eventually, they fixed all the bugs with some updates.
And they added more games.
They added a lot more games, and it eventually became one of the highest selling consoles of all time and one of the biggest success stories in video game history.
I wouldn't mind having like a new Switch each generation. Like
Yeah.
it just stays the Switch because it just
Yeah.
makes sense. It's portable, you know.
They just do iterative updates like Switch 3, Switch 4. Just keep on the Switch path. I agree. So we see them on the ground here. They're gliding around on the ground like this.
maybe
You see that? Now, I don't know if that means it's going to work like on a PC, like you can use it as a legitimate mouse for your computer. But for like certain games that Nintendo develops, you know, to have a tabletop mouse and use it to maybe point and click in menus and stuff, I think that's a pretty neat feature. Something cool that we haven't really seen in a console before. You even see this this picture that we're literally stuck on right now. It would look something like this, you know? So you could press all the individual buttons. I think it would be good for like 1-2 switch, like WarioWare. It would be really cool for WarioWare. They almost look like mouse buttons. You could like very comfortably, I feel like, your two fingers on those two buttons and use them as a left and right click. Maybe there's a way where you have the one Joy-Con in one hand with the buttons and stuff and the other Joy-Con as a mouse. So you're kind of like playing like this. I don't know. It's crazy. It seems like a pretty good idea, but in practice, I'm really curious to see how it turns out. I prefer using the Pro controller when I play on Switch. So I doubt this is going to be a feature on the Pro controllers.
Maybe not even fucking real. Maybe there's just
Yeah, it might not even be real. Maybe they're just having them slide on the ground to show just how smooth these motherfuckers are. Oh, yeah. Look, no, they're actually remote controlled, you see. They got wheels on the bottom of them there, and someone's controlling them. Wait, oh. That, Michelle, that is a mouse sensor. Straight up, look at that. That is totally a mouse sensor. That you can totally use these things as a mouse. I'm gonna confirm it right here in this video. Right now, you can use the Switch 2 controller as a mouse.
It's
Confirmed.
January 16th, 11:27 a.m., 2025.
And we can now, at this moment, I've called it. Oh, whoa, the fuck, those were attachments. Hold on a second.
Yeah, 'cause
I didn't even realize that.
Yeah.
See them connect?
Yeah,
Like they add it?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
They're not as like bulky. as
That's
the
so
others.
interesting. But like, why would you? It almost doesn't change it at all. Like it looks exactly the same. It's just like, I guess, a little barrier around.
Better buttons.
A little bit, but
No, that's it without it.
yeah, that's without it. This is without it. And then they add it. It almost looks like the buttons are harder to press. Like I don't even see the buttons anymore. I love this though. This magnetic locking mechanism instead of sliding them. That was a big problem with the old Switch. You were mentioning earlier a story about how you accidentally put it in the wrong way and it was like impossible to get out. Millions of people have that story.
There was literally like a tutorial on how to fix it. And he's like, get a butter knife, put it in there and touch the mechanism, and then, you know, it should hold it and slide out, and it would not fucking slide out.
It definitely takes away from the simplicity of the Switch. Like you have to think about, okay, I gotta go to the top and then slide it down facing me. This takes away a lot of that thinking.
Probably more satisfying.
And it looks like it still makes the sound. You ever been jump scared in a console reveal before?
That's new Mario Kart.
New Mario Kart. This is a new map. We've never seen this before. Mario looks a bit different. It's a new game. The dock looks pretty sick. That snaps into the sides. Interesting. Now here's the important part. Nintendo Switch 2 plays both physical and digital Nintendo Switch games. Certain Nintendo Switch games may not be supported on or fully compatible with Switch 2. So I assume this means like every Nintendo game made for the Switch will work on Switch 2. It's just third-party games maybe have to update their code a little bit to make it work on the new console. But I assume a majority of your library, especially the bigger titles, the more popular ones, are all going to work on Switch 2. I would be very surprised if they didn't.
Yeah, probably mainly like either indie games or like free-to-play games are probably going to be those ones that are kind of iffy.
Yeah, you can see the comparison pretty good here. It's much bigger than the other Switch. It might even be bigger than the Switch XL. I'm not sure. It looks probably about the same size. I hope the new screen is OLED and not LCD. That would make it a lot better.
All I care about is the bezels. And the bezels are looking fine.
Yeah, they're looking a lot better. I care about the ergonomics. Like, I never play Switch in handheld. It's kind of uncomfortable. I always play it in docked mode. So I'm hoping that these new Joy-Cons make it a lot more easy and a lot more comfortable for me to play in that handheld variation.
This one, like the new one, it looks a little bit thinner, but it looks like it's sturdier. Like
yeah.
The space between the Joy-Cons and the first one compared to the seamlessness, it kind of, makes it seem whole. Not like you're going to like break off.
Yeah, it looks less like a toy and more like a phone almost. Now, there's still a lot that we don't know. For example, like will old Pro Controllers and old Joy-Cons work on the Switch 2. We don't know about the graphical power. We don't know if there's DLSS from NVIDIA, if there's upscaling or anything.
Or if there's going to be another video game to headline this.
Yeah, if I'm being completely honest, this Mario Kart does not look that graphically intense. It's probably just still in beta. They're probably still working on it. But it just look at Donkey Kong back there. What the fuck?
Big cheeks.
It looks like the movie. The characters look like the movie characters. Has anybody else noticed this? That looks like Donkey Kong from the movie, and Mario from the movie, and Luigi from the movie. I bet they're gonna have a lot of the carts from the movie, like that big shit that Toad was sitting in. I would bet that's gonna be in this game. I'm looking forward to a new 3D Mario game. That's the biggest thing I'm looking forward to. Odyssey is like the most fun I've ever had in a video game ever. To get something similar to that, a new experience, I really can't wait for that. That's the thing I'm looking forward to the most. I don't really care that much about, graphical intensity. I just care about the games. Do they make good-ass games with this console? If yes, then I will definitely be buying it. I'm sure Smash Bros. Isn't going to take 2 minutes to load on this thing, so that's another reason to upgrade. I hate booting up that game. But all of these reveals pale in comparison to the real big Nintendo news of today. Donkey Kong Country Returns HD! Oh yeah, you think the Switch 2 is gonna be powerful? What about Donkey Kong? He's the real powerhouse here. Hell yeah, a game over a decade old being remade in HD with little effort for full price $80. Gotta love it. I really hope they keep it at the same $299 price point, and then they bring down the original Switch down to like 200, $199, $150. Really make it a budget console, and eventually I do believe that it will be the highest selling console of all time. I think it's going to beat up the PlayStation 2, especially if they give it a big old price slash when the Switch 2 comes out. But we got the big question answered of what does it look like? What are the buttons like? What are the Joy-Cons like? We'll keep you guys updated as more information comes out, but that's going to be it for today's video. Thank you all very much for watching. Happy birthday, Michelle. I love you very, very much.